A live look tonight outside of the world's busiest airport. The ripple effects from the government shutdown are starting to show in air travel. Tonight, there are concerns about air traffic controllers tasked with monitoring incoming and outgoing flights. Now, we have team coverage. Our Zach Merchant is following the very latest with these ongoing issues with air traffic control and staff prior to the shutdown. But first, we want to start with our Marissa Sarbag. Marissa, what exactly is happening out there at Hartsfield-Jackson International?
Well, Jennifer, a spokesperson for the airport says that they have not seen any issues or impacts from TSA or from air traffic control at this point. She also tells me, though, that Tuesday is typically the slowest day for the airport. We did catch up with some travelers inside at the baggage claim earlier today, and they said they really had no issues when it came to coming in or out of the airport today.
Slightly delayed by like, 30 minutes, but not no crazy slowdowns.
Delayed taking off a little bit, nothing to do with something on the ground. And then he made it up. We landed right on time.
TSA workers and air traffic controllers are considered essential federal employees, meaning they're expected to come to work without pay, even when the government is not operating. After multiple air traffic controllers at the Burbank Airport called out of work late Monday night, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association released a statement. It is normal for a few air traffic controllers to call in sick on any given day, and this is the latest example of how fragile our aviation system is in the midst of a national shortage of these critical safety professionals. On Monday, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy addressed the impact of this government shutdown on federal aviation workers.
In a job that's already stressful, this shutdown has put way more stress on our controllers.
Duffy assured Americans airspace is not unsafe during the government shutdown, but he says it creates a ripple effect for the air traffic controllers.
Now what they think about as they're controlling our airspace is, how am I going to pay my mortgage? How do I make my car payment? I have a couple kids at home. How do I put food on the table?
The union says nearly 11,000 air traffic controllers continue to work all around the country, many of them working 6-hour days and even up to 10-hour shifts. The union also says it's working with the FAA to mitigate any disruptions. Reporting live at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, Marissa Sarbach, 11 Alive News.
Marissa, thank you. Long days, important jobs, and sometimes not enough people to do them. 11 Alive Zach Merchant has been covering the air traffic controller crunch now for months. He joins us from the newsroom. Zach, as you've reported, this problem is nothing new.
No, it is not, and we have been following it for some time now. This government shutdown, it is just the latest strain on a system that was already dealing with challenges. And we took a close look at it in an investigation we published over the summer. If you watched, you know, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy in May said the FAA was about 3,000 air traffic controllers short of target staffing levels, and Atlanta saw some of those impacts. According to a 2024 report that the FAA pointed us to in the summer, 3 core Atlanta air traffic control facilities, when viewed collectively, were 22% below full staff. An FAA spokesman said at the time that safety is the FAA's #1 priority, and a spokesperson for Hartsfield-Jackson said the airport had not experienced any operational impacts related to the nationwide air traffic controller shortage at that time. But Karen Fye, a Georgia Tech professor who studies the shortage, told us at the time that shortages, when controllers get stretched too thin, could lead to delays.
What tends to happen before we get to real safety risk is that the folks that are doing this day in and day out and understand where people's breaking points are and when they're going to start to break down, they are aware, and we start to throttle traffic.
So this staffing challenge was on the FAA's radar. They told us over the summer they were working on a major hiring initiative aimed at getting more controllers into the system, and a government spokesperson said that initiative was showing some results. They said it led to thousands of applications. Now today we asked the FAA again how the shutdown is impacting those hiring efforts, and we got a little taste of how the shutdown is actually impacting the FAA. We got this automated reply from the official media office email. It said, quote, "Due to a lapse in funding, the FAA will only conduct exempt activities. The FAA will have limited communications, but will send any significant safety messaging." So, no answer today from the FAA on this, but we will continue to track it as this shutdown continues.
All right, Zach, always appreciate that. Thank you. We will stay on top of votes from lawmakers and the ongoing impacts from the shutdown. We'll bring you those updates here and streaming for you on 11 Alive Plus.